I wanted to talk today about two different words, achievement versus progression. Now, a lot of times, especially on the YouTube, you see people that have achieved the knockout, and that's their goal, just to get the knockout. Once they get it done, they're all set, and they try to purport themselves as knowing Kyusho, and it's not quite the case. Hi, Evan Pantazi back out here at the pond. Walked around, tried to get out to the little island today, couldn't do it. The high tide, well, the tide's going out, but it wasn't low enough to get the walkway over to that island. So here back at the pond. Anyway, I wanted to talk today about two different words, achievement versus progression. Now, a lot of times, especially on the YouTube, you see people that have achieved the knockout, and that's their goal, just to get the knockout. Once they get it done, they're all set, and they try to purport themselves as knowing Kyusho, and it's not quite the case. Now, progression is a slower method to actually learn the Kyusho. Now, the achievement of knocking someone out is not a difficult achievement. You just slam them in the jaw on a downward angle like you're going down the throat, okay? No matter what side of the jaw you're on, anywhere from ear to ear, okay? And not a difficult thing to accomplish. Okay, what's difficult to accomplish is to assimilate it into everything you do. And that's whether you're working stand-up, whether you're working clinched, whether you're working on the ground, whether you're working weapons defense, joint manipulations, it doesn't matter. It's a natural thing. Your hands naturally find all these targets to make everything in your martial art much easier, more efficient, and much more devastating to the opponent as they get dysfunctioned and they can't retaliate. Okay, so it's a great way for control, it's a great way for incapacitation, and it's just a great thing to add into your martial art. Real Kyusho, not the pressure points. Working with the nerves, the blood vessels, the muscles, and the tendons, the ligaments, understanding the anatomy and how to go about working them. Now, I got a great article from Rob Frappier, one of our instructors up in Canada, about weightlifting and about the same dichotomy of achievement versus progression. And achievement is just a short time goal. And yes, you can accomplish that. But is it replicatable? Yeah, one of those words. Can you duplicate it, okay, on a consistent basis and in everything you do? And it's very difficult to get that, to achieve it, per se. Progression, where you take it slow and easy and learn in small incremental steps, ingrains it better. Okay, you will not forget it because you're constantly building on it. And that's why in the Kyusho world, you don't want to rush your studies. Yeah, a lot of people got their 6th or 7th, 8th, 9th dans in very short time from some pressure point organizations, but it doesn't make them better. Okay, what makes you better is if you're doing it on a daily basis, weekly basis, whatever your time frame may be, and adapting it to everything you do. Now, one of the big mistakes people do make, they try to work this progression, but they put it in their regular classrooms. That's not the place for Kyusho. All right, that's a recipe for disaster because not everybody wants to learn the Kyusho, and that's okay. Okay, it does involve a little bit of pain, a lot of bit of dysfunction, so people get afraid of that. Okay, and some of the biggest, scariest people that have come into my dojo in the past that experienced the Kyusho, they don't come back. They don't like it. It scares people when you go inside their body and make it do something that they didn't know was actually possible, and they can't understand because you hit them in the arm, for example, and their leg buckles out. The pain is one thing, okay? Pain tolerance is good on some people, it's not so good on other people, but it's not a pain compliance type of an art, it's a dysfunctional type of an art. So again, you can't just go in and think, okay, that's going to hurt my ankle enough to make it let go. Now, I had this one I guess he's a troll, but maybe not. I don't know. He came onto my channel. He said Kyusho's not real. Well, and he based it on a video he saw on YouTube of me doing an escape from a rear naked choke with the legs locked in a ground grappled crab position or backpack position. And what he didn't understand was it wasn't pain compliance that made the people go. Okay, hitting the nerve, yes, it does hurt. It hurts like a bugger. Not too many people on the inner shin can take that nerve pain. But what it does is it stimulates the body in such an effect, it shocks that nerve, sends that neurological shock message up into the spine, which straightens the spine and expands the arms on an extensor reflex action. By going straight into the brainstem, it causes this reflex, and that's what makes the person let go. And yeah, by the way, it does hurt. Okay, but some people, when they say, I don't believe Kyusho works or it's not real, haven't experienced it. Okay, and that's why I say, you know, do research first. This channel, it's got a lot of video clips up on here that you can go and learn small pieces of Kyusho and how to adapt them to your style. Okay, and again, don't put it into your regular classes. If you want help with how to put it into your school system and help your people, but at the same time not lose clients, then just contact us and we'll help you out with that program. But when you're doing this, you just have to experience it. You can't go on what you think, okay? Just because you don't have an idea of a reality in your head doesn't mean it's not real. Like, look at people for the internet at the beginning. They didn't believe the internet was going to succeed. They couldn't understand how people wouldn't keep mailing personal letters and bills. Now they pay it all online, or they email someone, or they even text message them now. It wasn't possible years ago, but that's because they didn't experience it. They didn't believe it. So you need to look through this channel, get some ideas, look around, ask questions. I answer as many as I can. I don't answer all the trolls. And what you want to do after that is get yourself to a class, a session, a seminar, anything that you can feel it and understand it firsthand. Okay, and then you can make your assertions whether it's good enough for you or not. But make it a progression in your method. Don't make it an achievement. An achievement is a short-lived, quick goal that maybe can't be replicated. The progression, you're going to constantly build, and it's all about the